Hello, students. In the last class, we have already seen the postulates of Bohr's model of atom. Today, we will see the Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. Hydrogen is the simplest atom in which a single electron revolves around a nucleus of charge plus E. For electron moving with uniform speed in a circular orbit of radius r, the necessary centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. Therefore, radii of Bohr's stationary orbit can be calculated using the relation mv square by r is equal to k into e square by r square, equation 1, where mv square by r is the centripetal force and k e square by r square is the electrostatic force. Here k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. In the expression, m is the mass and v is the velocity with which electron revolves around the nucleus in stationary orbit of radius r. According to Bohr's postulate, mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, so that v is equal to nh by 2 pi mr. Substituting this value of v in equation 1, we get m by r into nh by 2 pi mr whole square is equal to k into e square by r square. After cancelling the common terms and rearranging, we get Rn is equal to 1 by k n square h square by 4 pi square me square. The subscript n with r is used in order to generalize the expression. The expression gives the radii of allowed stationary orbits. You can see in the expression the radius is proportional to the square of the principal quantum number n. The other quantities are all constants. Hence, we find that radii of orbits are in the ratio of 1 square is to 2 square is to 3 square is to 4 square, that is 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16 and so on. Which means the stationary orbits are not equally spaced. Lower orbits are closer while higher orbits are largely spaced. Here you see, for n is equal to 1, the orbit is the smallest and it represents the normal state of hydrogen atom. Let us now calculate the value of r for n is equal to 1, which is r1 is equal to 1 by k h square by 4 pi square me square. You know the value h is equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. K is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. The mass of the electron m is equal to 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg and charge on an electron E is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 Coulomb. Then R1 comes out equal to 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter, or R1 is equal to 0.53 angstrom. This is the radius of lowest orbit. Radius of second orbit is 4 times and that of third orbit is 9 times and so on. Now we can find the velocity of electron with which it revolves around the nucleus in various orbits, and that is v is equal to nh by 2 pi mr. Substituting the expression of r, it becomes equal to v is equal to nh by 2 pi m into k 4 pi square me square by n square h square. After rearranging the terms, Vn is equal to k into 2 pi e square by nh. Here also, for generalization, the subscript n is used with v. The relation can also be expressed as Vn is equal to 1 by n into ke square into 2 pi by h, which is equal to 1 by n ke square into 1 by h by 2 pi. Introducing the velocity of light c, the expression becomes Vn is equal to c by n into ke square divided by h by 2 pi into c, which is equal to c by n into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught e square by h by 2 pi into c. The value of the expression 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into e square by h by 2 pi into c, which is denoted by alpha, known as fine structure constant, is 1 by 137. So that Vn is equal to 1 by 137 into c by n. And therefore, for n is equal to 1, the speed of electron in the innermost orbit is 1 by 137 of the speed of light in vacuum. The speed of electron decreases by a factor n as we move away from the nucleus. Hence, the speed of electron is maximum in the innermost orbit. After knowing the values of radius r and velocity v, we can also find the frequency of revolution of the electron around the nucleus. So, frequency nu is equal to v by 2 pi r. Since omega is equal to v by r, which is equal to 2 pi nu, so substituting expression for v, nu becomes equal to 1 by 2 pi r into k times 2 pi e square by nh, or nu n is equal to k into e square by nhr. For the first orbit of hydrogen, for which n is equal to 1, substituting the values of the constants k, h, e, and then r is equal to 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter, the frequency comes out equal to 6.56 into 10 to the power 15 revolutions per second. Let us now talk about the energy of an electron revolving around the nucleus. The electron here possesses both the kinetic energy and the potential energy. Hence, the total energy of an electron revolving around the nucleus is E is equal to Ek plus Ep. The potential energy Ep is equal to minus k E square by r, and the kinetic energy Ek is equal to half mv square, which is equal to k times E square by 2r. Therefore, total energy E is equal to k E square by 2r minus k E square by r, which is equal to minus k E square by 2r. Substituting the value of r, E becomes equal to minus k E square by 2 into k 4 pi square m E square by n square h square, or En is equal to minus k square 2 pi square m E4 by n square h square. For electron in the first orbit, for which n is equal to 1, E1 is equal to minus k square into 2 pi square m e to the power 4 by h square. This is the energy of the electron in the innermost orbit, and this is called the ground state energy. This is the least energy possessed by the electron revolving around the nucleus. The other states with higher energies are called excited states. In the expression introducing the velocity of light c, En becomes equal to minus k square c square into 2 pi square m E4 by n square h square c square. Rearranging the terms, it becomes equal to minus 1 by 2 mc square by n square into k into E square by h by 2 pi into c whole square, or En is equal to minus 1 by 2 mc square by n square into alpha square, where alpha is k into E square by h by 2 pi into c, which we have already seen is the fine structure constant. The value of half mc square alpha square is equal to 13.6 electron volt. Therefore, En is equal to minus 13.6 by n square, which implies En is proportional to minus 1 by n square. In the first orbit, electron revolves with energy E1 is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt. You can calculate the energy of electron in other orbits also by putting n is equal to 2, 3, 4 and so on. According to Bohr's theory, the transition of an electron from a higher orbit to a lower orbit causes emission of electromagnetic radiation, while there is absorption of energy when an electron jumps from a lower orbit to a higher orbit, and work is done in the process. When electron moves from lower orbit, for which quantum number is n1, to a higher orbit for which quantum number is n2, then work done is equal to En2 minus En1, so that W is equal to minus k square 2 pi square me4 by n2 square h square minus of k square 2 pi square m e to the power 4 by n1 square h square, which is equal to k square 2 pi square m e to the power 4 by h square into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So here we have the expressions for radii of stationary orbits, the speed and frequency with which an electron revolves around the nucleus, and energy possessed by the electron in different orbits. We also have expression for work done when an electron is moved from a lower orbit to a higher orbit. Next time we will discuss hydrogen spectrum and also the drawbacks of Bohr's theory.